Hi again, this is Sami. So here is solving linear systems. And when we're solving linear systems, we have three methods. By graphing, so you graph the two lines and find out where they meet, or by eliminations, where you eliminate one of the variable, and I'll show you how to do that and solve for x and y. And also that's you finding out where the two graphs meet. Basically, you're doing the same thing. You're finding where the two graphs meet by the method of graphing, also by elimination. Also, we call it by addition or subtraction, because you're adding or subtracting the two equations. And then the second method is substitution. So I'll be going all over these two methods. The graphing we've done already, but then at the end I'm gonna do finding the how many solutions you have when you have two lines, because when you have two lines, you could have two lines that meet in one place. You could have two lines that are parallel, so they never meet, or you could have two lines that are right on top of one another, and so they're always meeting, so infinitely many solutions, and I'll be going over that as well. So here's the start. We're going to start doing elimination. So elimination, if I'm going to do the first one right here, right away for this one, it's so easy to eliminate the y by addition, so if you add these two equations right here, and I'll just make my pen a bit thinner. So 3x plus 9x, you get 12x, but 2y plus negative 2y will cancel. And when you add these two here, 15 plus 5, you get 20. Okay. And therefore, now you divide both sides by 12. This will cancel. And therefore, x equals both reduced by 4. So 4 goes into 20 5 times and goes into 12 3 times. So now we know that's what x equals. Of course, when we're solving for the solution, we need the x value, which we already found, but also we need the y value. So to find the y value, you could go to equation 1 or equation 2, it doesn't matter. I always go with the one that's a little bit smaller in the numbers and stuff. So let's take the first equation here. We take the 5/3, okay? So just show you that I'm going this way. So it take x equals 5/3. So then for the x right there, so you get 3 times 5/3 plus 2y equals 5. Now 3 times 5/3, when you multiply a fraction times, or a whole number times a fraction, if the whole number reduces with the bottom of the fraction, do that right away. So you have 5 plus 2y equals 5. Now I'll move the 5 to this side, so I'll get 2y. And when I move the 5 to this side, it becomes minus 5, so that gives me 0. And therefore, y equals 0. When you divide both sides by 2, 0 divided by 2 just gives you 0. So the solution here is 5/3 and 0. Now, if you sub in the 5/3 there, you get 5 plus 2 times 0 is 0. So you get 5 equals 5. If you sub in the 5/3 here, 9 times 5/3, that gives you 15. 15, 2 times 0 is 0. So 15 minus 0 gives you 15. So the solution checks. Okay. Now, how about here? Here, if you notice, it's not as easy as this. Here you had two the y variable had the same coefficients with opposite signs. Here the coefficients in the x, both x's are different, the y's are both different. So you have to decide what you want to cancel. The x eliminate, that's why we call it elimination. What do you want to eliminate, the x or the y? So let's eliminate the x. So if I want to eliminate the x, I multiply the top equation by 2, and I multiply the bottom equation by 3. Why is that? Because if I multiply the top equation by 2, I'm going to get 6x plus 4y equals 10. You multiply everything by 2, and the bottom one will be 6x plus 9y equals 0. 3 times 0 is just 0. Now, you see, if you subtract these two equations, and the word is subtract, okay, so 6x minus 6x is gone. 4 minus positive 9 gives you negative 5. Y equals 10 minus 0 gives you 10. And therefore, y equals negative 2, because you're dividing both sides by negative 5 by negative 5. And therefore, my solution, I know the y value is negative 2, so I have to find the y value. So you got to go back and sub in this number in one of these equations. If you want to make your life easier, definitely sub it into the second equation. So here we go 2x plus 3. So I'm just showing you that we're going this way, plus 3 times negative 2, because that's what the y value is. That's what we found, equals 0. Now, 2x, that's minus 6, equals 0. 2x equals 6. Divide both sides by 2. You know, when you move the negative 6 to the other side, it becomes plus 6. So x equals 3. And therefore, my x value now is 3. And that's what my solution is. You could always take this x value and y value, put them back into there to test if that's true. See, if I put here, I'm going to get 9 minus 4, which is 5. That's true. And here I'm going to get 6 minus 6, which gives me 0. So check. So you could always go and double check. Okay. So these are the first two examples. I'm going to give you one more with the elimination. So here is this one here. So sometimes look at the two equations to decide what you're going to do. So again, you don't have both the B and the A variables. They don't have the same coefficients. So A, they don't have the same coefficients. B, they don't have the same coefficients. Even if you, let's say you decide to cancel the A's and multiply the whole thing by 4 here and multiply the whole thing by 3 here, that would work, you know. But me, what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this the same. 3A plus 10B equals negative 4. But this one, I'm going to multiply it by negative 2. So when I multiply it, but this one, I'm going to multiply it by 2. And when I multiply this by 2, I get 8A minus 10B. I forgot to write the B there. Okay, equals, just going to fix this a little bit here. 10B equals negative 4. So I just rewrote this, but this one I'm multiplying it by 2. So it's going to be 10B equals 26. Okay. Now, because this coefficient of B here and here, they have this opposite signs, then you add them, you don't subtract them. So you add both. 3A plus 8A is 11A. This will cancel when you add them. Negative 4 plus 26 will give you 22. Now you divide both sides by 11. By 11, A equals 2. Now solution, I'm just gonna write that right here. I knew the A and AB, so the A comes first in the alphabetical order. So A is 2, and then B, we don't know what B is. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take one of these equations, it doesn't matter, and I'm gonna sub in the 2 for A and solve for B. So I'm just gonna go take the one on top. So I'm gonna have 3 times 2 plus 10B equals negative 4. Now 6 plus 10B equals negative 4. I'm gonna move the 6 to the other side. And when I do that, it changes the sign to minus. So it'll be negative 4 minus 6, which gives me negative 10. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 10 by 10. B equals negative 1. And therefore, my solution is 2 and negative 1. I go through algebra a little bit faster, so just take your time when you're doing it on your own. So, you know, when I move the 6 to the other side, I know it changes to not minus 6, negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10. And that's why maybe I lost you in that step, but just make sure that you could just work on that on your own and take your time. All right. 2 and -1, you could always test it in here. That will give you 6 minus 10, which is gives definitely -4. Now here, that will give you 8 plus 5, which is 13. So this is a check. Okay. And that's it for the method of elimination. And the next thing I'm going to do is substitution. So there we go. We finished solving linear systems by elimination, addition, or subtraction. So the next thing I'm going to do is substitution. And after that, we'll go into finding how many solutions two systems of equations have, linear systems, of course. Till next time, don't forget to hit that like button. And also, please subscribe, share with others so they could benefit. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.